Hi-ki-ki-ki-ki-us. Blood-curdling howls of ravenous beasts pierced the black of space. 500,000 years after humans disappeared, the Warbeasts woke up from cryo-sleep. Genetically engineered killing machines, part wolf, part velociraptor, and 100% death incarnate. Humanity's parting gift before vanishing without a trace. "How you want to know about the Terrans, do you?" Sire-Father growled, downing his blood ale in a dimly lit dive bar. The young Klingon recruit eagerly leaned in, ridges a-quiver. "Aye, tell me of the Terrans, the legendary ones from the before time who ruled the stars." Sire-Father smashed the tankard, shards embedding in his leathery flesh. Terrans were a savage lot, brutal, uncompromising. 500,000 years ago they up and left. Poof. Some say they got bored playing God, went off in search of bigger game, left us with a little present, though. Glancing around furtively, Sire-Father pulled the lad close. Rank breath steamed. "They didn't leave us high and dry, though, no sir. Terrans made these critters, see? War beasts. Nightmarish things. Hid 'em away in deep freeze on some backwater dirtball, waitin' for the signal to wake up and paint the galaxy red." The recruit trembled. Anticipation and raw fear. This was no mere barroom tale. Sire-Father locked eyes, deadly serious. "Well, boyo, that signal finally came through. 500,000 years on the dot. Right on schedule, like the Terrans planned it. The Warbeasts are awake, and they're hungry. Real damn hungry. Ain't nothing gonna sate that hunger except the blood of this galaxy's mightiest warriors." Klingon legend spoke of this dark prophecy, dismissed as mere myth, but now undeniable proof. The Warbeasts were real, all the might of 1,000 suns condensed into perfectified murder machines. Only the Klingon Empire, as the sole remaining superpower, stood a chance of stopping them, before every last world faced oblivion under fang and claw. The recruit slammed a fist on the bar, eyes ablaze. "We will hunt them down, make trophies of their hides. Glory to the Empire." Sire-Father smirked, an almost pitying look. "Aye, glory to the Empire. 'Cause if we fail, if the Warbeasts ain't put back in the kennel real quick, like, Terran's little pets are gonna chew up the galaxy and spit out the bones. No one left to remember Klingon, or any other damn thing." Sire-Father took a deep swig of his blood ale, before continuing the grim tale. "The first whiff of trouble came when one of our patrol ships caught a distress signal, way out on the fringes, a dirtball no one gives two shits about." The grizzled warrior gestured with a gnarled, battle-scarred hand. "The lads touched down, hoping to scavenge something valuable from whatever miserable bastard sent the signal. Instead, they found a nightmare." The fresh-faced recruit felt a chill race up his spine, despite the muggy heat of the dive. He sensed where this was going, but morbid curiosity compelled him to ask, "What did they find?" "Death," Sire-Father grunted. "Death and ruin far as the eye could see, no signs of life except these huge fucking creatures, skulking about in the wreckage like they owned the place." The younger Klingon couldn't help himself. "What manner of creatures? What did they look like?" "Like something straight out of a fever dream, boy. Massive armored hides, teeth and claws to make a targ piss itself, and faster than anything that big got a right to be." He took another swig and shook his head. "The lads did what any self-respecting Klingon would. They tried to fight the damn things, take a few trophies for the trouble." The recruit nodded, a ghost of a smirk on his lips. "And did they succeed?" Sire-Father fixed him with a withering glare. "Did they succeed, he asks. No, you idiot whelp. They got their asses handed to 'em, barely made it back to the ship in one piece. Those monsters tore through them like they was made of paper. Batleths, disruptors, didn't make a damn bit of difference." The smirk vanished from the younger Klingon's face. He'd never heard of anything that could stand against Klingon warriors so easily. Surely the patrol called for aid. The might of the Empire. The might of the Empire didn't do shit, boy. By the time reinforcements arrived, the beasts were gone, vanished, like they'd never been there at all. Sire-Father polished off his drink and signaled for another. But that was just the start. Soon we got reports coming in from all over. Outer colonies, fringe worlds, same story every time. Unstoppable monsters, leaving nothing but blood and rubble in their wake. The recruit's eyes were wide as saucers. By Kales, what did the council do? How do we stop them? The old warrior barked a laugh. The council? Bunch of useless patak flapping their jaws and pissing their robes. They ain't got the first clue how to handle this. It's looking like nothing in this galaxy can stop these warbeasts. He leaned in close, breath rank with blood ale. That is, until some lucky son of a bitch found a human data cache on one of them ravaged planets. Had to dig deep to crack the encryption, but once we did, hoo boy. We learned all about humanity's little science project, and let me tell you, boyo, we're in for a hell of a ride. The recruit's eyes widened, his mouth agape as he leaned in closer, hanging on to every word of Sire-Father's tale. The humans. They left us a way to defeat their own creations. Sire-Father nodded solemnly, his gaze distant as he recalled the events. Aye, that they did. This scientist, Aaron Allen, he had a message for us. Said the warbeasts were a last resort, a failsafe in case something catastrophic happened and the humans weren't around to deal with it. He took another swig of his blood ale, savouring the coppery taste before continuing. Seems the humans knew they might not be around forever. So they cooked up these monsters, programmed them to wake up if the galaxy was in danger and the humans had vanished. The younger Klingon shook his head in disbelief. But why? Why create such fearsome beasts only to leave them for others to deal with? Sire-Father shrugged. Who knows what goes on in the minds of humans? But that wasn't all the device told us. It had information on the war beasts' weaknesses, how to take them down. Like a damn instruction manual. Incredible, the recruit breathed. So the humans, they wanted us to be able to defend ourselves even in their absence? Seems that way, Sire-Father agreed. Of course, the Council wasted no time putting that intel to use. They launched a full-scale offensive against the warbeasts, using every trick in the book that the humans left us. The old warrior's face darkened, the memories of that brutal campaign etched into his features. It was a hell of a fight, let me tell you. Even with the humans' knowledge, those beasts didn't go down easy. We lost a lot of good warriors in that war. The recruit nodded solemnly, understanding the gravity of the sacrifices made. But in the end, we were victorious. Sire-Father grunted in affirmation. Aye, we drove the bastards back to whatever hole they crawled out of, put 'em back on ice where they belong. But it changed us, that war did. Changed the way we looked at the galaxy and our place in it. He leaned back in his chair, his expression thoughtful. We always thought we were the biggest, baddest things out there. But the humans, they showed us different. They had the foresight to plan for their own demise, to leave behind a way for the rest of us to carry on. The recruit mulled over this revelation, his brow furrowed. It's humbling, isn't it, to think that a species long gone could still have such an impact on our lives. Sire-Father nodded, a hint of respect in his eyes. Aye, that it is. The humans, they were a clever bunch. Flawed, sure, but they had a wisdom about them that we're only now beginning to understand. He raised his tankard, a toast to the long-vanished race. To the humans, may their legacy endure even in their absence. The recruit raised his own drink, the weight of history heavy on his shoulders. To the humans, and to the warriors who fought to preserve their vision. The two Klingons drank deeply, the blood ale bitter on their tongues. The tale of the warbeasts and the humans who created them would be passed down through the generations, a reminder of the sacrifices made and the lessons learned. The recruit leans back, shaking his head in disbelief. A doomsday device, capable of destroying the entire galaxy? It's hard to fathom that the humans would create such a thing. Sire-Father nods solemnly. Aye, it's a terrifying thought, but that's the thing about the humans. They were always thinking 10 steps ahead, planning for every possible contingency, even their own demise. He drums his fingers on the table, his gaze distant. I've spent my entire life searching for the device, following every scrap of information, every whispered rumor. But it's like chasing a ghost. Every time I think I'm getting close, the trail goes cold. The young Klingon leans forward, his eyes gleaming with curiosity. But why search for it at all? If it's as dangerous as you say, wouldn't it be better if it remained hidden? Sire-Father chuckles darkly. You'd think so, wouldn't you? But the truth is we can't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands. There are those out there who would use the device for their own gain, who would unleash its power without a second thought to the consequences. He fixes the recruit with a piercing stare. No, we have to find it first. We have to secure it, study it, understand it. Only then can we ensure that it never sees the light of day. The recruit nods slowly, understanding dawning on his face. So that's why we continue the search, even after all these centuries. It's not just about solving a mystery. It's about protecting the galaxy from a threat we can barely comprehend. Sci-Fi grunts in affirmation. Exactly. The humans entrusted us with this responsibility, whether they meant to or not. We can't let them down. He leans back in his chair, his expression thoughtful. You know, sometimes I wonder what the humans would think if they could see us now. Would they be proud of what we've accomplished? Would they think we're worthy successors to their legacy? The young Klingon considers this for a moment. I think they would be honored, he says finally. They left us with the tools to protect ourselves, to carry on in their absence. And that's exactly what we've done. Sci-Fi nods, a hint of a smile on his weathered face. Aye, that we have. And we'll keep doing it for as long as it takes. Until the galaxy is safe, and the human's legacy is secure. The young Klingon slumps back into his chair, eyes wide with shock and disbelief. His mind races, trying to process the staggering implications of Sci-Fi's revelation. After a long moment, he leans forward, his voice a hoarse whisper. Aaron Allen. Alive. After all this time. How can this be? Sci-Fi shakes his head, his expression grim. I don't know, lad. By all accounts, the man should be long dead. But that transmission... There's no mistaking it. That was Allen's voice, sure as blood is red. The old warrior's gaze turns distant, as if seeing beyond the dingy walls of the dive bar. I've heard stories, rumors really, about the things the humans were capable of. They say some of their scientists found ways to cheat death itself, to extend their lives far beyond the natural span. The recruit shudders, a chill racing up his spine despite the muggy heat. And now one of them is out there with the power to unmake the very stars. Kahless, save us all. Sci-Fi grunts, his fingers tightening around his empty tankard. Kahless has nothing to do with it, boy. This is our fight now, our responsibility. The humans left us to pick up the pieces, and by the void, that's exactly what we're going to do. The younger Klingon nods, a grim determination settling over his features. What's our next move? How do we find Alan before it's too late? We keep searching, Sci-Fi says, his voice hard as tempered steel. We follow every lead, chase down every whisper. Alan's out there somewhere, and we won't rest until we find him. The old warrior rises to his feet, his chair scraping harshly against the grimy floor. I've got contacts, eyes and ears in every corner of the galaxy. If Alan so much as breathes, we'll know about it. The recruit stands as well, his posture straight and proud. I'm with you, Sci-Fi, to the end. Sci-Fi claps a heavy hand on the younger Klingon's shoulder, his grip fierce and unyielding. Aye, lad, to the end, and if we're very lucky, we might just save the galaxy in the process. The two warriors stride from the bar, their steps purposeful and resolute. The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance, and the sons of Kahless will not be found wanting. As they step out into the neon-lit night, Sci-Fi's voice carries on the stagnant air. The hunt begins now, boy, and Kahless help any fool who stands in our way. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.